Hello, namaste everyone. I hope you guys are doing great. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be for Capricorn zodiac signs. So whether you are a Capricorn ascendant or you are a Capricorn moon, this video is for you, that how your Rahu Ketu transit is going to work around for you. Before I move ahead, please subscribe my channel if you haven't, and also hit the bell icon so that you get regular updates. Also, I will be attaching the two videos for no, actually the link to three videos. One for Rahu's introductory video, Ketu's introductory video, and Muhurta chart video. You can first go watch that so as to understand the theme and the meaning of this transit, and then come back to this particular video so as to understand this for yourself. So it's like a collaborative, information that you're going to get from all these videos. Also, if you would like to have your personal readings from me, you can check out the link below, www.anmollastrology.com, and under the reading and unique reading section, you can book a personal reading for yourself. Also, courses are available, so you can also purchase a course for yourself. Okay. Now let's talk about how Rahu's Ketu transit in the sign of Aquarius and in the sign of Leo is going to affect for Capricorn individuals, right? Before we do that, first of all, let me tell you that I always say whenever I post transit videos that see it from your ascendant first, then go for moon. First see from the ascendant, then go for moon. But for this particular Rahu and Ketu, north and south node of moon video, I would suggest you to go first from your moon sign, because Rahu Ketu are the nodes of the moon. So they operate more specifically when you see them through the moon. Okay, it's not that they don't work around with the ascendant, but with moon, they work around very, very prominently. Okay, so first go for moon sign, then go for ascendant sign. Okay, so this transit is happening in your second and eighth axis. One thing that I'm going to tell you about transit of Rahu and Ketu is that wherever Rahu and Ketu transit, they bring in your karma related to that house, and they bring in transformation related to that house. Wherever Rahu transits, it is going to bring in karma, but advancement into that house. It is going to make you rebel and go towards your personal growth there. Whereas Ketu is going to grow you spiritually wherever it transits. So it is going to first create that attachment, and then it is going to detach you from that area so as to spiritually align you. So it talks about detachment. Okay. So second and eighth house, when receives the transit of Rahu and Ketu, it brings in problems related to money, income, savings, and family. We know that second house is the house of our income. It is the house of our finances and the possessions that we have. It is the house of our family, our relationship with the family. Eighth house is the relationship with the in-laws. It is the finances of your partner. It is the savings, either joint savings or the savings of your partner. So eighth house has to also do with the ups and downs of your life, right? I remember just today I had a client of mine who was actually yet another example for me to be assured that every time the eighth house when gets activated, it is not every time bad, because eighth house does bring in that type of transformation and does bring in uneasiness. It brings in sudden changes, but sometimes all that those changes are all you need in your life to progress. Okay, so let's just dive into the chart so as to get a better explanation with this. Yeah, so here we are. Um, so For a Capricorn ascendant, Rahu is going to go in the second house and Ketu in the eighth house. Now, one theme is coming into my mind very prominently here is this is a person who is going to have some complications. Like, this is not for everyone, but some of you, as per your planetary placement, some of you are going to experience a kind of an obstacle within your family. This could be because of inheritance. This could be because there are talks of inheritance and you're getting, a lot of fights, a lot of situation within your home, because of which there is disturbance in the second house. So, second house Rahu means you're going to exhaust your savings. You're going to exhaust your money. And Ketu in the eighth house is like you want to detach from the inheritance. You either get your inheritance, so divided among the others and you, or it's that you are just willing to let it go because you are no longer to you don't want that disturbance to affect your personal growth or your family. So that's why you're like, let it go. I don't care. So this was also one of the situations I've seen people getting into. Howsoever, you have been a person who is like, no, I'm not going to let it go. But when it comes to this transit, you may develop that feeling because of the circumstances that I need to let that go. And specifically when Ketu is in the sign of Leo in the eighth house. Okay, so it can be this situation for many of you, but it simply shows that there are some changes, some transformations that you're going to experience when it is related to income, money, savings, inheritance, joint assets, insurance money, all of these things. Second house also is one of the markesh. It is something when something comes to an end. It is also the house of gains. So, second house Rahu also can affect your health, especially your digestive area, gastric issues, acid refluxes, all of these can be a part of it. Ketu coming in the eighth house, on the other hand, can give surgeries only when your Mahadasha is also allowing that. Your Mahadasha is also showing that yes, this is possible, only then it will give. Otherwise, it can just be as low as a simple minor cut on your specifically, on your lower abdomen region. Okay. So this is something you would see, but specifically, I would say at the same time you have Jupiter in the sixth house. That's why I would suggest you to take good care of your eating patterns, your nutrition, and your routine life, because otherwise you may have digestive issues because of which you will have to take care of certain processes. Okay, so Rahu coming into the second house is like you now, and especially this is in the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius is a sign which grows over time because it is one of the trick signs. So that's why what happens is when Rahu comes into the sign of desires, in the sign of recognition, coming into the second house, you get recognized for your speech. You get recognized for your financial skills and for your skills which people feel that yes, this is a piece of information, this is an innovative piece of information that I am receiving. Right? Second house Rahu can also show that you might have been making a very strong or huge investment because of which you will have to deal with the finances. You will exhaust your savings and you will actually putting them up into into investments, because the second lord is going second from itself in the third house. So it's like you're trying to put an effort so as to increase or transform your finances into something more better, because Rahu obsessive towards that house to make that house a house of perfection. So Rahu transiting in the second house is that it wants you to achieve that perfection with regards of the second house. Okay, now Rahu coming into the second house can also disbalance your relationship with the family. But it is like that you are going to find it very hard to, just connect with your family to some extent. It also means that now you'll be like that, now I need to take a stand with my emotions about my self in front of my family. So the way you connect with the family is going to transform, the way you behave with the family is going to transform. So Rahu will bring in very different changes, because when Rahu comes either in the ascendant or in any house, it makes you rebel with that house. Like if suppose, for example, it comes into the first house, it's like that you feel that I have to search, I have to go into self search of myself. That's why you start rebelling everyone else. You start, analyzing situations, not analyzing typically, but you start thinking about yourself. So now when Rahu is in the second house, you'll start thinking about yourself. But since it is in the side, in case of finances, but since it is in the sign of Aquarius, you will also be concerned about helping others along with gaining for yourself. Okay, this could even make you know about innovative ways of earning money or innovative ways on of investing your money. Okay, now for Rahu, let's first explain for Ketu and then we'll go on the aspects. Okay, now at the same end, you have Ketu's transit in the eighth house. So when Ketu comes into the eighth house, it brings in some sort of, first, it brings in so much attachment with the in-laws, with the secret area. Like you'll start researching about things, you'll start researching about occult, you'll start, having your time in the night where you are finding out information, where you are, finding out researches and doing all of that stuff. But also it makes you, it specifically, this placement is going to make you connect to your ancestors. That you can do by information, by learning, by knowledge, giving yourself knowledge, by diving into mythology. Those are the things you're going to do. This Ketu in the eighth house can also detach you from the idea of fixed assets with your partner. So it will be like there is going to be division in the assets, or there are going to be division in the family assets, or it's like you don't want to be a part of it. See, Leo in the eighth house and the Ketu coming there. Leo is one of the signs that shows in inheritance disputes or inheritance, basically, it shows, right? So Ketu coming here is showing that there has to be something destructive when it comes to the, inheritance money, when it comes to inheritance, basically. Right now, Ketu in the eighth house, also in the sign of Leo, shows that you're going to dive deep into mythology. You're going to dive deep into occult sciences. Okay, Ketu detaches you from your, even it detaches you from your family life for some time, because eighth house is the house of your family life. So if you're married, you will feel a bit detached and you will be more focused towards your career, towards your income generation. Okay, so basically, this talks about spiritual changes within you. Now, these spiritual changes are going to come in because of the conflicts with the family. These spiritual changes are coming in because of the uncertainty or instability of your finances and your family life. But definitely, there is spiritual transformation. This year for you is actually about your spiritual transformation, and this is going to come suddenly towards you, but when it comes, it's a massive one. Okay, this is also a time when you are going to get in the depths of your ego, when you're going to make yourself understand that what my self-esteem is about. Is it something I am doing it right? So this is the time when you will be detached from your ego. You'll go within, you will search for your inner soul, you will find your inner answers, you will dive into spirituality, and then you will gain your confidence. That is a kind of journey you're going to experience for the next 18 months. Now let's talk about the aspects. So Rahu and Ketu have 5 and 9 aspect, and the seventh aspect I personally do not consider, because already Rahu has its own entity, Ketu in the seventh from itself. Ketu has its own identity with entity with Rahu in the seventh from itself. So that's why I don't consider the seventh aspect. So Rahu's fifth aspect is going to be on Jupiter in the sixth house on the sign of Gemini. Ninth aspect in the 10th house and on the sign of Libra, which is also going to receive the fifth aspect from Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is also going to give its ninth aspect to Rahu. So it's like for this 1 year, Rahu is going to put its control over Jupiter, and Jupiter is going to put its control over Rahu. That's why it's a very, very innovative year. It's a year of changes, and that too technical changes for the advancement, for the innovation. Okay. Now, now the Ketu's aspect. Ketu's fifth aspect is going to be on Sagittarius. Let me just write it here. Ketu's fifth aspect is going to be on Sagittarius, which is again a highly activated sign because it is also going to receive the aspect of Saturn and Jupiter. So it's like a lot of karmic situation there, a lot of karma, a lot of wisdom and lessons you're going to get from this particular domain, this 12th house for you. So that's why there are spiritual lessons for you. Okay, then the ninth aspect is going to be on the fourth house for you on the sign of Aries. Okay. So when Rahu's fifth aspect is on Jupiter on the sixth house, this means that you are going to learn about progressions or innovation through debts and money creation. I think I'm putting it out right. It's what I'm trying to say is when Rahu comes into the second house and it aspects the sixth house where Jupiter is also there, you're going to file for a loan. You're going to file for a loan because you have some ideas within your mind that you think are very innovative and are going to give you something very good. That's why you're going to file for a loan. You're going to take the loan, put that money into some useful maybe business, for example, or maybe even education, but most of all it's business or it's work, and you're going to work around with that. So this is one of the times when it talks about loan. Either you take a loan for home or you take a loan for business. Fifth aspect of Rahu also talks about where the information Rahu is getting, which is the source of its information. The source of information is going to be the sixth house for you. The exchanges of money. Your colleagues can help you or tell you some local events can give you information that yes, this is something you should do so as to increase your finances. That is something you should do to increase your finances. And this also means there is going to be some sort of mediator or some sort of mentor for you who is going to tell you that yes, this is the best area to invest your money, that is the best area to invest your money. So that type of a situation I see with this particular fifth aspect. But fifth aspect of Rahu, since the fifth aspect is about Purva Punya Bhava, it's the past life good deeds. So this, even it works with Rahu. Even with Rahu's fifth aspect also, there's some innovative things, there's some lucky events that are going to happen for you. But definitely this alignment that I'm getting, this is strongly there for the exchanges of money, for money matters, for battles within the family, for battles for money, for battles for loans, and everything like that. It's like for 18 months, you're going to be occupied into such things on a whole. Okay, then the ninth aspect of Rahu is getting on the 10th house. Ninth aspect of Rahu is where you get the Rahu type teachings. So you are going to get teachings from the society. You are going to get teachings from the career. You're going to use a very philosophical yet a very not unorthodox approach towards your career. You would want to balance your career life. You would want to balance your finances, your career, your position. You would want to thrive for your position. You want to elevate elevate your position. So you are going to take in ideas, you're going to work on the ideas where you'll be connecting with a lot of people, where you'll be communicating with a lot of people and understanding the opportunities that are available in the society. So that is what the ninth aspect of Rahu is going to create. It's a different kind of learning that you're going to get. Unorthodox, like eccentric kind of knowledge that you're going to receive from that area. And in a way, that area is going to feel blessed. It is going to also give you a kind of a lesson, a kind of an experienced lesson. Okay. Now, Ketu's fifth aspect and ninth aspect. Ketu's fifth aspect is on the 12th house. I told you this Ketu is typically for your spiritual transformation. And you will see whenever Ketu comes, I have discussed it earlier. Now I'm going to say that again, that Ketu, when comes into the moksha houses from the Chandra chart or from the moon, that is the time when you experience the major spiritual transformation. It's not the ascendant, but it's the Chandra chart first. Right. So since Ketu is coming in the moksha house, one of the moksha house, it is about research. It's about collecting information. It's about detaching from that, from the visible side of the world. It is now attaching yourself to what there is beneath. So fifth aspect of Ketu on the 12th house is going to make you dive into spirituality. Trust me, the 12th house is an extremely important house for you this year because that is highly activated. This is the house of expenses. Your expenses will take the highest toll. But along with that, 12th house is one of the houses very important. The, houses activation, which is needed for you to take risks, with your career life. This is one of the important houses for you to make huge investments, for you to be a multi-millionaire. See, if you see the charts of millionaires or people who are wealthy, you will see a prominent 12th house. And the reason behind it is because when they have a particular standard, when they are rich, they spend like a rich also. So that's why a prominent, or I would say an activated 12th house, means that it will give you the ability to spend, and you will have the ability to spend only when you have that much amount of money. Okay, but this Ketu is like this, the fifth aspect of Ketu and even the ninth aspect of Ketu is going to act as a blessing in disguise for you. The fifth aspect of Ketu on the 12th house is like that at the time you are required to make an expenditure, the money just flows in. Okay, so it's a very good situation for investments, for running your own business, starting something new. It's a very good time for that. Okay, then the ninth aspect on the fourth house. Ninth aspect of Ketu from the fourth house, it talks about lessons from the family relationships, lessons from your home environment. There are heavy lessons attached to it. See, Ketu's ninth aspect is the aspect or the area where you get your wisdom from, which areas where you're going to detach yourself, spiritually connect yourself, and get your lessons, get your wisdom, get your higher learnings, get your experience from. So that is the fourth house for you. Okay. Sorry. So this is the sign of Aries. Definitely, you will feel quite impulsive. You will feel energetic. You will feel as if you're an initiator. But try to balance all the areas once you decide what you need to act upon. Do not make impulsive decisions. Trust me, do not make impulsive decisions. I'm saying that because Ketu being in a fire sign makes you do very fiery things in life, make impulsive decisions in life. And since Ketu is an headless planet, this could have its own repercussions. But definitely, there are lessons, there are battles that you have to deal internally with your heart, within your home, within your peace of mind. Your peace of mind is disturbed. Your peace of mind is disturbed. That's why you will detach and then reconnect with your inner self so as to get back on your peace of mind. That's the journey for 18 months for you. Okay. So now let's quickly cover the planets. Now, first we have Sun. So if suppose you have Sun here or you have Sun here, if you have Sun in the eighth house, this is its own sign, right? But let's first talk about Rahu, then let's talk about Ketu. So if you have Rahu coming over Sun, Sun is the Lord of your eighth house, definitely complications with the family members over inheritance or over joint business or joint work, joint finances, anything of that sort. Along with that, it works very well for illuminating or immediately exploding your finances. It means I'm not supporting anything like this, but it means you can get sudden gain of money or you can get a sudden massive expense of money. Not expense of money, like expense. Okay. Sun, Rahu coming over Sun amplifies the energy of Sun and it also gives that Grahan Yoga. So when it makes a Grahan, that means it is going to, you know, it is going to embarrass you when it comes to your ego, when it comes to your self-esteem. So it's like Rahu is considered as a black dot on the sun. And similarly, it's Ketu as well. But with Rahu, what happens is that you do something out of your pridefulness, out of your arrogance, because of which you are subject to talk about. Okay, that's why people talk about you. That's why people talk about this, the fact that how you ruined your image, something like that. Rahu coming over Sun in the second house can also make you have a very luxurious lifestyle. It is going to be a time where you are going to be like, I want this, I want that, I want to have this luxury drink, I want to drink, I want to eat non-veg, I want to do this thing, that thing. So this is the kind of lifestyle you would want. You're very much connected socially, very much connected out there, also enjoying your life, and also it's like a person who is at an event or who is going on out with a person, but they have an agenda from them. They have an agenda of gaining something from them. Maybe that is the person that can help them with their business. That is a kind of a situation which will happen with Rahu coming over your Sun specifically. But definitely for a person with Sun in the sign of Aquarius, they already have a low self-esteem. But when Saturn has gone through your sign in the previous 2.5 years, you have already altered your ego. Now, what happened is that you have altered your ego. You have, had your you have rebuilt your confidence. You have a confident personality now. Now, because of Rahu, it is amplifying. Now, you'll have to control that. So that is a kind of a situation, a very burdening situation rather. So it's like you just need to keep a check on that. Although finances seems good, expenses seems good, right? But just the ego part is there. Now, if Sun is in the eighth house and Ketu is coming over Sun. So if Ketu comes over Sun in your eighth house, Sun in the eighth house is an amazing placement for the people who have money, who are good with research, who are good with their skills, who are like kind of detectives, who dive deep into anything that they are doing, whether it is career or it is anything else. So when Ketu is coming over this Sun, this detaches you from your ego. This detaches you from your personality. It brings in personality transformation. It brings in transformation within you when it comes to your confidence. So, first, it will detach you from your confidence. It will give you that uneasy. My daughter is, she's banging on the door very loudly. Okay. Yeah, now she's gone. So, Ketu coming over this Sun means that you are going to experience, now you're going to start experiencing a bit of bitters. between presenting yourself, between showing your confidence. And these bitters are actually going to lead you towards having that confidence altogether in the coming time. This is a transformation, this is a major transformation within your life. When it's related to your in-laws also, your personality towards your in-laws, it's like your hidden personality is now going to come out. Your hidden personality, your hidden traits are now going to come out. Okay. And that is going to lead you towards spirituality as well. Right? Now, next we have moon. So if moon is in the second house, that means Rahu, you are in this last phase of your Sarasati, and Rahu is over your moon. And this is a kind of a situation where you are just being very ambitious. You're acting very ambitious. You are very ambitious. You are going to have your emotional transformation. Whereas now, the way you used to connect with people on an emotional level, the way you used to help people on an emotional level, that is going to change now. That is going to completely transform now. You're going to be like, your emotions will feel at the top. You will feel drained within your emotions. That is the emotional intensity you're going to experience. Because when Rahu comes over moon, it just haywires your emotions. It gives you mood swings. It gives you obsession. It gives you so much of emotions at one point that you don't understand that what I should do. It makes you fearful also. But all of this is happening because this Rahu wants to transform you. Rahu wants to change you, the way you used to connect to people. So by the end of this time period, you will understand that how this Rahu is going to change you emotionally, how it is going to teach you this lesson that you need to look after yourself first, because no one else is going to do that for you. This is going to make you go towards a lot of astrologers also, so as to understand your emotional health and yourself better. It can give you anxiety. And even with Rahu coming over Mercury also, it gives one person anxiety. Okay, so these are the certain things this moon is Rahu is going to create. It is going to give you expenditure on either your health or on your emotional, like emotional expenditure. Out of emotions, bought something. Okay, so you can be impulsive with your expenses, but this also makes you be into this belief that I need to have a very good lifestyle. I need to work towards a very good lifestyle. Now, if moon is in the eighth house, right? Suppose moon is here in the eighth house, and then Ketu is coming over it. This means that already you are a person who has had the hardest time with emotions. You are here to change and transform yourself emotionally time to time. Now, this Ketu is going to activate that for you. This Ketu is first going to detach you from selflessness. Not selflessness, selfness. It is going to detach you from the eighth house. See, moon in the eighth house, that too in the sign of Leo, gives you very secret experiences. It gives you secret experiences, as in these people are extremely sexual, but they are very secretive about this sexuality thing within them. This Ketu is going to make you acknowledge that side of yours, that addiction of yours towards either alcohol or towards sex. So this is going to make you deal with the depths of this. First, it is going to attach you with that addiction to the core of it, and so as to detach you, so as to make you a different person, so as to make you understand, put that wisdom into your head that this is not something that you can carry forward for whole of your life. So see, now if this lesson for you is to go away from sex addiction, there has to be some catalyst. There has to be a relationship. There has to be a person. Now, moon is also your seventh lord. So definitely it is about your encounters with other people. Okay. So definitely it is going to give you lessons using other people. Right, so it is like first attachment with someone, then purely detachment, and that is going to that is going to be that saturation point, which is going to lead you towards spirituality. Next we have Jupiter. So if Jupiter is in the second house, Jupiter is the lord of the 12th and the third house. right? And then Rahu is coming over it. You're going to purchase a property at a distant land. If you're residing away from your home and you're thinking of getting a home, you're thinking of buying a property, I do see you will be able to buy a property. And that's why that huge expenditure that we have been talking about since the beginning, you're going to make that. But this also shows that you will be making more investments. You will be working hard towards your finances. You want to put into your finances, right? It is kind of a good, lucky period, I would say, in terms of finances, but there can be financial changes as well. There can be sudden changes as well. I don't know why, but it came into my mind. This could even be a case that where you have had the burden of finances over your head. You have already purchased the land, you already have made the investment, but then suddenly there's a job change. Suddenly you get laid off from your job. And now you are like, now what will I do? This Rahu coming over Jupiter or in this sign of Aquarius is basically showing that you are now going to experience a good transformation in regards of your career or where your money comes from. That is because you were not meant for just this much amount of success. You were meant for something more. Now that how it is going to play out, that of course depends on your planetary placement, but this transit is going to work this way. See, the third lord and the 12th lord is in the second house. Sorry, 12th from the third house. So there is a loss like situation you would address. And then Rahu is coming over it. This is going to make you look for jobs. This is going to make you look for marketing. This is going to make you interact with so many people so as to get, get a good piece of information or get some good references. Okay, if Jupiter is in the eighth house, this works very well for one person's wealth. Then Ketu coming over it, very spiritual. Sorry, I need to have my coffee. Very spiritual time, very spiritual. Your third and your 12th lord, both the houses which talks about intensity, both the houses which talks about research, that lord is in the eighth house. You already are a greatest research. I think I am here making a video for you, but you already know so much about astrology, even more than me. So Jupiter in the eighth house, and that too in Leo, these people, oh my God, they are knowledge, information takers, like they're knowledge takers, they're wisdom takers. They just understand the depths in a very different language and a very easy one too. Okay, when Ketu is coming over this Jupiter, this detaches you from someone or elderly within your family. This is going to detach you from someone like for example your grandfather, your grandmother maybe, and which will also initiate division of assets, and you will fear the loss of them, and you will feel the loss as in that I didn't get what I deserved, that kind of a feeling also. But Jupiter, when Ketu comes over Jupiter, you get wisdom by losing someone. And that losing someone is not that the person goes away. Most of all, it is the elderly people that leave the land. But it could even be that you just detached from someone you loved. And that is going to give you that wisdom. That is going to give you that lesson. Okay, this also means you are required to make a great sacrifice for your in-laws, towards your in-laws in a secretive manner. Okay, so this is a life lesson. This is a typically life lesson you're going to learn. It can be a difficult time for you or a time that you would remember. Next, we have Venus. So Venus in the second house, that's good for money. Rahu coming over Venus in the second house, good for money, good for foreign experiences. You will be experiencing something foreign. This is the Lord of your 10th house and your fifth house. Sorry. You will be bringing in some change within your career because of something you're talented about, something you have been gaining knowledge about, right? This is a very, very innovative time for your creativity. This is a time where you can get very famous. It's a good time with your finances also. There's a like a, you are going to just go from a place where you have, where you drive suppose Brezza, Maruti Brezza, and then you suddenly now are driving XUV 700 or maybe the new one that is coming. So it's like it's a typical shift in the way you look towards luxury items. You will be spending on luxury. You would want to have luxury. This could even be a time when you would just want to get your hair done, get your hair colored, want to make some significant changes in your appearance, in your look, especially in regards of your face, your head. Okay, so Venus, uh, if it is in the eighth house and Ketu comes over it, it's a major transformation in regards of relationships, how you connect within relationships. You are going to attach in one relationship. Suppose you had a certain criteria of the people that you interact with. You love you love tall, dark, handsome people, but you somehow got in love with a person who is maybe very opposite to that, very opposite to that. You are going to attach so much and you're going to think to yourself that I didn't like such people. Why am I so crazy for this person? It's not that person, it's your alignments which is making you crazy towards them. Okay, so when Ketu comes over Venus in the eighth house, it is going to make you first highly attach yourself with someone in relationship, and then the detachment or the break will come in, and that is going to change significantly the way you look towards relationship or the way you connect within relationships. If you are married, right, this could even be about extramarital affair with both the positions, actually Venus in the second house and Venus in the eighth house, because Venus is your fifth lord also. Love, romance, creativity. Okay, so next we have Mars now. If you have Mars in the second house in the sign of Aquarius, right? And then Rahu comes over it. Mars is the lord of your fourth house and it is the lord of your 11th house. So this is a good situation for a person who either works from home or who works into the family business or something very comfortable. They work into something very comfortable, like they have made something comfortable for themselves and they work there. Now Rahu coming over it, it is going to bring in major changes. Maybe it takes you away from your homeland. There are better opportunities that you would see there are at a distance, so it will make you travel. It can be a temporary travel as well. It also makes you very considerate about your health. See, if you have your Mars either in the second house or in the eighth house, this is the time you need to take care of your health. Mars also talks about control over finances when it comes into the second house. So this is the time when you are required to take that control and you're going to speak about it. That yes, I want the control. I should be the one who should make the decisions to manage the finances. Okay, so that's the kind of dominance that is going to trigger. With Rahu, it is going to trigger with the different intensity. This also means that you might, for this while, you might act as a bit of a deceptive individual, as in you're showing that yes, I'm being considerate, I am being, a person who is going to provide you, but certainly you have some of your own agenda there, right? So that is also there. Mars is your energy, so Rahu is basically corrupting your energy. It is going to make you see the different side of that house and put your energy there. So you may follow different practices to earn your money from, or you may not manage the money very truthfully as you should. That is something this Rahu will create. Okay, but this definitely talks about a lot of expenditure. It doesn't let you save. It makes you do a lot of huge expenditure. Now, when Mars is in the eighth house, so if Mars is in the eighth house, now the Lord of the fourth house and Lord of the 11th house comes into the eighth house, you are going to receive the fulfillment of your desires from, like, suddenly, and from secretive sources, or partnership from with your spouse or someone. But since you have Ketu coming over it, this is going to detach you from the idea of the materialistic side, idea of the desires. And that is the time when you are going to achieve what you're going to least expect. So this Ketu coming over Mars, first of all, highly, highly important for you to take care of your health. Do not try to, drive carefully. Try to be a careful driver, or, just avoid too much long driving. Okay. Then Mars in the eighth house, it's about you, it's about you. It's, just trying to find your peace in isolation through knowledge, through taking in knowledge. This is also the time where you are going to selflessly work towards your in-laws, and work and, provide them, provide others, provide your family members. Okay, so that's about it. This Mars can also give you a sexual experience. I won't say it is more so an affair or something. It can even be within the marriage, but it does talk about that. But also, it talks about, first, it involves you to that side of the world, but then you start questioning that whether this lustness towards either alcohol, towards either luxury, royalty, of sexual encounters, is this worth it? That is the question you're going to ask yourself, and that is what is going to lead you towards spirituality. Okay. And this Mars is also the significator of your elder sibling, right? Your friend circle. So this is also going to affect that. Whether you have Mars in the second house or in the eighth house, you have your karma with your friend circle also. Okay. Now next we have Mercury. So if Mercury is in the second house, I told you there can be anxiety, there can be problems with your intellect. You can overthink a lot. You can over budget, over evaluate your finances a lot, and your family can be the reason, or income or finances can be the reason for your headache, or for your tensions, or for your anxiety. Okay, this Mercury is the lord of your sixth house and also the lord of your ninth house. So definitely it is showing that it is creating that thing. Rahu over Mercury, you need to meditate. This is very important for you, because otherwise if out of 24 hours, this is like what, 18 hours that you're just thinking, thinking, thinking. Even at the night, you're thinking, thinking, thinking. You're sleeping and you just realize to yourself that you're thinking a lot. But this also makes you go very good with marketing skills, with innovations related to technology. So that is where you should put your mind into, mind and energy. If so, suppose Mercury is here in the eighth house, it again is the lord of the sixth and the ninth house. So your luck is coming towards your in-laws, but also your conflicts are coming towards your in-laws. Your debts and your luck altogether is coming to your fixed assets. So it's like you're taking on a loan, You're taking on a loan, and also with Ketu, you are dividing your loan. You're partly paying your loan. You're finishing your loan. That is also something you would see. But this also again talks about research. You're going to research a lot. You're going to research about so many things. You're going to involve into yourself into research work and research area. You're going to maybe you want to go for education. Maybe you want to educate yourself as in higher education, and this makes you research and learn about more languages and technology as well. But this detaches you from your youthfulness. This detaches you from your immaturity. So Ketu coming over Mercury, it is going to make you mature from because of embarrassment or because of certain situations where you will feel that this did not end well, or my image is not getting, or my image did not get well with this particular thing. So that's why you'll be like, now I need to, detach myself. I need to learn whether or not where I should communicate, how much I should communicate. So that is the kind of a situation you will address, you will interact with. Now we have Saturn. So suppose you have Saturn in the second house, that is in its mole trikon sign, and Rahu is coming here there. Be very aware of your finances. See, when Saturn and Rahu is in the second house, either you have so many problems with your finances, or you have massive wealth. But that wealth is, how do you have that wealth? You get associated with good investors. You become the person of operation for them, person of marketing for them, and they put all their money towards you. Or they are the investors. That's their money. You just have to use their money and get the sales done, get everything done. Okay, that is a kind of a situation which Saturn and Rahu can create in the second house. This definitely not a good time for the family part. Even if this promises marriage for you, although what I feel, when Jupiter is going to come into your seventh house between October to December, and then from May onwards, May 2026 onwards, it can even initiate marriage for you, but it will give you complications in the beginning, right? It works, it makes a person rebel, or it just shows that you want to marry a person whom you know that your family won't be allowing for, and now you are just rebelling to be with that person. But this particular time is for your personal transformation. This personal transformation will be massive. It will, it will be appeared to be massive as well. And this also talks about you. Either you are going to struggle with your finances, with your um, job. You're going to struggle with that. For some time, you might not even be working. That is the time. But if that is the case that happens with you, do one thing, do what I said before. Get involved into something where you don't have to put your own money. You're using other people's money so as to make a living for yourself. That is something that is required here. Okay. Now, if Saturn is in the eighth house, in the sign of Leo, not a promising situation. That is the Lord of your first and the second house. Ketu detaches you from the money. It will bring in expenses. It will bring in that situation where now you'll have to put your hand like this when it's about money, when it's about expenses. No longer you can do the expenditure like a royal wealthy person. Saturn is not welcomed in Leo. Trust me, it is not welcomed in Leo, because then you put a servant in onto a throne. He doesn't know how to take decisions. He will take stupid decisions because he has not been the one who is at the leadership position. So they don't do very well at the leadership position. And the universe works this way that it just forces them to be at a leader position only. But that doesn't work well for them. That's why they have a lot of karmic situation when Ketu comes over this placement. So you are going to experience that karmic situation within your family, within your marriage life, and also within some secrets of yours are also can come out. So be careful with that as well. Okay, but it definitely talks about your personality changes. You're going to experience betrayal from people. That is going to change the stability of your, of your life. Okay. Now, next we have Rahu and Ketu itself. So, okay. So I'll altogether tell you about it. So if Rahu is in the second house and Rahu comes in on the second house, it's a Rahu Ketu natal return. That means the karmic loop that you have been born with, to be obsessed towards the second house matters and to be detached from the eighth house matters. This is going to come live into these 18 months. This says that first of all, you will get some obstacles within your job if you're doing a job, because this Rahu wants you to work independently, right? This is also a situation of a person who wants to detach themselves from their ancestors and from their inheritance. This is also a situation which will make you change a lot of things about your family and about your in-laws. There can be that kind of a situation, and with your income as well. If it is opposite, if Ketu is in the second house, Rahu is in the third house, and then Rahu is coming over Ketu, Ketu is coming over Rahu. It's like now these Rahu Ketu planets are going to make you deal with the other side of the story. So Ketu is in the second, Rahu is in the eighth. You are a person who is very much into that, very fearful, who is very much into royal lifestyle, royal things, right? But is not able to make that much amount of money, is not be able to decide on that vision. Now, this Rahu Ketu is going to help you with that. This Ketu is going to control your Rahu. Or you can say it is going to attach with your Rahu and dive you into spirituality, dive you into the understanding of the eighth house. And then Rahu coming into the second house is going to help your Ketu so as to get a vision towards one's finances. So it's like you are experiencing the opposite side of what you have experienced all your life long. But definitely for your 18 months, it's all about the second and the eighth house. It's all about wealth, wealth generation, secret sources, research, knowledge, information, all of that. Okay, guys. So I think this was a huge analysis. We almost took like about an hour, I think, I suppose. Okay, so this was all I had. I hope you guys will get good insights into this topic. We'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Take care.